Hello, what is up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a bit of a different video, an extra video for you, where I'm going to be talking through the latest pitch notes and actual real information about FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. Now, we have just had a large pitch notes come out, which gives us lots of detail and what we can expect for the most popular game mode within FIFA, the one that I care about, FUT. So, with that, I'm going to go through the stuff that's been announced and give a little bit of an opinion on that and you know, let you guys know what it is for those of you that haven't seen or read up on the pitch notes. So, if you do find this video useful, interesting, anything like that, do me a massive favor, hit that thumbs up button. And of course, you can subscribe to the channel for more upcoming FIFA 20 content as and when it drops. So, the first thing on the list is something called season objectives. Now, basically, in the pitch notes, it states that they noticed that how popular the objectives were over the last year or so, you know, where we've been getting weekly objectives to unlock players, and it really does push people down that path because either people really want the players because they want them for their team, or it's a high rated item that they can unlock that be useful for an SBC, or of course just like FOMO, fear of missing out on not unlocking something when other people have got it. So weekly objectives have been very, very popular, and they want to expand on that going forwards in FIFA 20, which I'm all for. So we won't just have daily and weekly objectives like we've had in the past. We're going to get these little seasons open up, and it states in the pitch notes that the first one will begin on the 19th of September, which is the first day of EA access, and run until the end of October. Now that's a window of just over a month where we're going to be able to complete daily, weekly, season and dynamic objectives, which I'm pretty excited about, because if you understand what we get for like daily objectives, it's never really very much. Weekly objectives can be very good, and we've seen that, you know, especially through TOTS period and stuff, some of the players and stuff that we can unlock through that. But an entire objective that lasts the entire season, can you imagine what we could possibly get from that? That would be brilliant. And of course, dynamic objectives, which I'm pretty sure EA say that these are special time limited release objective groups, which won't have a regular release schedule, but they could be linked to a certain time of the season, a certain match that's happening, something like that. So basically, it could be like a lightning SBC or a flash SBC or a flash set of objectives to complete something within a small period of time. I really like the sound of all of that, to be honest. Expanding upon the weekly objectives and giving us something to grind for an entire season, like a month or more. Definitely all for that. So excuse me while I sort of look and read to you guys, but it says completing these objectives and earning XP will progress you through your level of your season rewards. So you're going to have XP level where you're going to unlock stuff along the way for your seasonal objectives, or for your season objectives, should I say. In the first season, there will be 30 levels, each with its own season reward or reward choice. It will be a diverse mix of rewards, so packs, players, club customization content, and other items to help progress your club and keep going within FUT. So what EA are actually looking to do are balance the season progression between people that play a little bit of FUT, maybe come on a couple of times a week or a few times a week after work, after school, and those that are the hardcore players of the game, you know, like myself included, pretty much on it multiple hours a day, nearly every single day. And the way, of course, you can do that is by the people that can push through further in the season. The rewards are going to get better and better as you go on. If you think of it a little bit like the way Fortnite does things, you know, if you have a battle pass and you work towards tier 100 or whatever it is, that's always a pretty cool item, but the stuff you earn for the first few levels isn't really that amazing. It's a progression-based system, right? You got to work and grind the game and play it more in order to unlock those rarer and cooler items. There are two more sets of objectives that EA didn't mention earlier on in the pitch notes, which are foundation objectives, which I'm guessing are going to be like the starter objectives that we've seen in previous FIFAs. You know, things to do to unlock certain things, gives you a little bit of an incentive to learn the basics of the game, especially for anyone that's new. Or, I mean, even for me, like a seasoned veteran of Ultimate Team, doing a road to glory, it's a good idea to do like the starter objectives or the foundation objectives, because they're going to set you up in a good way that you can actually go out and play games against people that have already got kind of stacked teams. And then the most interesting one that I've seen so far, apart from season objectives where you can do something and grind it out for an entire season, we've got milestone objectives, which are a long-term objective group which are not tied to any season. Once a milestone objective is created in FUT 20, you'll be able to continue making progress against these objectives, unlocking their rewards at your pace for the entirety of the rest of the game. So that's pretty cool, and that could be pretty huge, because this is sort of something that we've been asking for, right? We want to grind towards something in a long way. We want something to really dig our teeth into and actually like get stuck in and unlock some pretty cool stuff, and it's going to reward those that really do grind the game. Let's face it, if you play multiple hours a day every single day, you're going to complete that milestone objective a lot quicker than someone that logs in a couple times a week, and rightly so as well. What else does it say about that? I mean, they've been looking for more ways to progress in FUT, and Milestones allows us to celebrate and reward key moments in every player's FUT club. Pretty excited about that, not gonna lie. Overall, there's going to be more choice in the objective system in both what you want to do with your time and continue your progress, and which rewards you want to work towards actually unlocking. Now, there was something that I saw in the weekly objectives which got me quite interested as well. So, in case you miss 1 week's objectives, they will stay active in the game for a second week, with the exception of the last week of an entire season, because of course it's got to refresh into the next one. So actually, a set of weekly objectives, you're going to have actually 2 weeks to complete them. So you might be able to spread out that grind a little bit more if you're unlocking a player or something, or let's say you've been on holiday for a week and there was a pretty cool player that came out. You come back, you've still got a week to go ahead and complete it. I like that move. Again, it means that you don't have to be tied to constantly playing the game if you don't have time for it. But I'm really excited about season objectives. It seems to be that sort of battle pass kind of idea that we've wanted to work towards. Have actual reasons to grind the game, to unlock things all the way along the way, not just daily, not just weekly, but seasonally, dynamically, and via a milestone over the entire course of a very long period of time. Brilliant. So to me, that's one of the biggest things to come into FIFA 20. I'm very, very excited about that, because I do run like a pretty casual but dedicated road to glory. I enjoy grinding the game out like that, and if there's going to be ways for me to actually play this game and feel rewarded for really sticking the hours in and stuff, I genuinely can't wait for that. Hopefully the rewards will scale nicely, and I mean, we've seen it this year a little bit. The one worry I have, and that I would urge people to be aware of, or what we've seen this year, is that, like with foot swaps, I feel like some of them have been pretty good. But then by the time you unlock a top tier foot swap at the end of the month, the way the game has naturally progressed is that sometimes those players almost don't seem worth it because they're already like underpowered compared to what's out the next month. So I would really hope that milestone objectives are crazy players, because it's going to take you months or a lot of games to unlock something like that, which I think is what we all really want. And then again, like seasonal objectives, they should be pretty top tier players or top tier packs, rewards, whatever it is. And then, a similar stance on what we've seen in weekly objectives over the past few weeks, few months here. I really like what they've done there. I just hope they work on how we can unlock them rather than just assist with defenders in so many rivals wins. I hope that they work on that a little bit so that it's not just like such a toxic grind for everyone. That would be my idea anyway. So next up, we have new customization options within FUT, and it says that we've also added new ways to personalize your club and truly show off your unique style on the pitch. In FUT 20, we're going to take things to a new level with 8 club customization options to mix and match. You'll be able to by adding stadium themes, TIFOs, unique custom balls, new crests, new celebrations to the game. That'll be thousands of combinations to personalize your club. Yeah, interesting. So if you're a football purist and interested in finding authentic customization options, or someone who isn't as traditional, we've got loads of new customization options for you that will give you an opportunity to create your own environment that feels unique to your club. So both stadiums and TIFOs are new to additions to FUT 20. If you guys don't know what TIFOs are, they are like the large things behind behind the goal. If you saw like the Drogba announce as an icon, which I'm very excited about, by the way, there was like a Drogba in the background behind the goal, and you see it when you start a FUT match. You get like the Ronaldinho or the R9 or whatever it is. I think that what they're trying to say here is that we've got lots of cool customization options, so we could have different things appearing in that. That's one of the things that we can customize, as well as like the stadium theme. Like perhaps it's certain colors, certain types of designs. Maybe you'll be able to have like I don't know, like a pink stadium with different, like, I don't know, maybe balloons. I don't know how it could go, but there's going to be different ways for us to customize our stadiums and stuff. I'm less interested in this. I'm more interested in the way that the gameplay works and also like the menu content. I'm a big fan of that. The customization of things is not such a huge deal for me, but being able to have like unique stuff that makes it feel like your own club, I guess, is definitely a wise move. So the next big thing coming into FUT is FUT Friendlies. So we've all been saying all year that this game is now too competitive. It's just way too competitive, super toxic. There's only really difficult games to play, either rivals or FUT champs, which I definitely understand. It has been one of those years where you get kind of stressed out of the game. So what EA have introduced is FUT Friendlies. So a new hub to play FUT with your friends locally or online, or head-to-head traditional gameplay, so you could just go in and play somebody else on like dedicated servers, I'm pretty sure. So matches within FUT Friendlies don't consume contracts or fitness, and they won't give you red cards or injuries or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. It means that it's like almost like a testing ground for your players. If you want to play something that isn't Div Rivals and you're risking your skill rating and you've got a new squad or something, head on into FUT Friendlies, and within that there's going to be a lot of different styles. So there's going to be like normal matches, which I guess would be like an online single match, normal, just 11 versus 11 teams, and then FUT Friendlies comes out with some custom house rules games. So we saw house rules injected into FIFA 19. So FUT 20 house rules modes are launched within FUT, and 4 new modes designed specifically for FIFA 20. So we have Max Chemistry. This is the first FUT Friendlies new game mode that you can play with your players in FUT against either your mates or online. So Max Chemistry, they've taken the restrictions of team building away and added a full boost of players' chemistry regardless of their position or their squad links. So what this means is that you'll be given the same choice of formations on the game. So set it up whichever one you want to play with in game, and then you could have literally anyone. You could have a Van Dijk next to a Sergio Ramos at the centre backs, and you won't have to worry about chemistry. You can then have whatever back four, whatever midfield, whatever you like. You can play Van Dijk at striker, and he's still going to have the chemistry boost and everything, and not. I mean, he's not going to perform very well there because, let's face it, he's a 6'4" clunky defender. But you can just put like a Ronaldo up top. You can then have a Messi on the right wing. You can have Goretzka at CM. Whatever you want to do, you're going to have max chemistry, and those players are going to have max boost no matter where you put them on the pitch. So that's a pretty cool way to like either test out like chemistry styles and figure out which one's best, because you'll be getting the max boost no matter what. Or just to see like what really is the ultimate team if we took chemistry restrictions out of the way. And I could see a lot of people heading on into this mode and like actually playing it quite a lot as like a, hey, these are the players I've got in my ultimate team. Normally I would have to make a mix between the Prem and the Bundesliga, but actually I can just stuff them all in here, and this is my actual best team that I can put together. I think I'd be down to play that quite a lot. Still going to get match coins and stuff, so it's not like you're completely withdrawn from FUT and not earning anything towards your club. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Max chemistry. That's an interesting way to go. Okay, so the next game mode is called Swaps, and it brings like a team building twist to your match. So at the start of the game, you'll have 3 players randomly swap with those of your opponent. Will you get your opponent's best 3 and replace them with 3 bronzes that you've put in your team? Or will you get their best players or whatnot? Basically, it's just going to swap out some of your players so you get a chance to either use different players on Ultimate Team or just have a laugh, really. So this is super casual, super not toxic, not competitive, in my opinion, and it might actually be quite fun to have a few bronzes in your team in case that your opponent gets them and you get their Cristiano Ronaldo because they're going try hard, and then it almost switches out on them. I think that's quite a fun idea. I'm less interested in this than I am max chemistry, but as an additional benefit, if you manage to score on your friend or one of whoever you're playing with one of their players, you'll be awarded 2 points for that goal. All right, so it's sort of like you take their players, you score with their players against them, and you get double rewarded for the fact. And the next one's called Mystery Ball. So it's going to give a surprise element each time the ball leaves play. So when it comes on, you know, it goes out for a throw-in. When it comes back on, it has a new mystery ball type. This one seems pretty interesting, actually. Each ball has a custom goal value that ranges from 1 to 3 goals, and the boost in the player in possession. All right, so it's either going to be like you're going to get boosted shooting stats or boosted dribbling stats or passing or even sprint speed or the all-powerful all ball, which basically gives you a crazy high-rated, like, the player's going to feel like he's juiced on, he's got loads of pace, his dribbling's perfect, shooting's incredible. So with that, I guess you're going to get and like more chance to score against your opponent. But then, of course, if you score, they get kickoff, mystery ball switches again, they could have the all ball or they could have the pace boost or whatever it is. So that's going to be, I reckon, a pretty high scoring, quite fun game. And it's going to be... it's going to be fairly tactical, I would imagine, because let's face it, if you get one which is like boosted passing, which you don't care about as much as the sprint speed, then you might just want to kick that ball out of play. Yes, it's going to hand it over to your opponent and he's going to get a new mystery ball, but if you didn't get the one you want and it's going to make it harder, why not give him back possession, try and tackle him, and then get that ball back again, and then you'll have his mystery ball or whatever. So I think that sounds like a fun one, and again, could be bring the competitive edge down on FUT and the more fun sort of just like casual play up a notch, which is definitely something people have been asking for. And then King of the Hill. So you dribble and control the ball in a zone to boost a meter, which will then give you a higher like amount of goals if you were to score. So what I envisage is there's going to be a box on the pitch. If you get the ball, you want to try and hold that ball in the box. They're going to try and take it off you, and then once you've been in that box for a certain period of time, you're going to work it up. You're going to get like a 1 times boost, 2 times boost, 3 times boost. And what I mean by that is if you then go ahead down the pitch and score, whilst you have a 3 boost, then you'll get a 3-0 lead if you score that goal. But then, of course, they get possession from the kickoff. And then I'm pretty sure the way it would work is that if you don't have any boost whatsoever, so if you just collect the ball, you decide to ignore the box and just, run down the other end and score, I don't think that goal will count. I don't think you'll get anything. You have to hold it in the area, do that bit where you're holding the ball away from your opponent, trying to keep the ball up your boost and then run down the other end and try and score before, I guess, that boost probably starts ticking down or something. Sounds like quite a fun one, as long as the boxes are in the right place of the pitch. I mean, you don't want to go ahead and have to move it all the way back to your defensive corner to hold the ball there and then try and work it all the way up the pitch, because if your opponent takes that ball, holds it in the area for a little bit, they're right at the end where they can score. So it's got to be a little bit, it's got to be quite smart in the way that the boxes are laid out, I think, but interesting nonetheless. So we know that when it comes to house rules, everyone has their favourites. In FUT Friendlies, you can build your own playlist by selecting a range of the house rules. These new ways to play and we'll have stat tracking and stuff like that. And the potential to combine with season objectives are sure to bring new fun and casual ways to play with your friends and opponents in FUT 20. That's interesting. So I guess just right off the top of my head is that maybe one of the seasonal objectives is like play 200 games in this season, and maybe FUT Friendlies counts towards that. That would be a way to sort of incorporate it, but not make it super toxic. So you're still going to be benefiting your club by playing FUT Friendlies, but in a casual way, and I'm definitely all for that. So I know this video is very long. I just wanted to talk to you. I mean, this is the information for FUT 20. I'm very excited about it, and I wanted to give you as decent amount of depth and like review of it as possible. So easier squad management. So a new squad screen screen is coming to FIFA 20, which is something we've not really seen for many, many years. So this is quite a big change, you know. The squad screen has always been one of the key experiences when playing FUT. As Ultimate Team has grown and expanded through the years, we've added lots of new useful functions, and fundamentally the overall experience of using the squad has become a bit too complex. Selecting a player in FUT 20 and pressing R1 or RB will take you directly to your club, filtering to that position where appropriate. So let's say you are on your right winger and you press R1 or RB, it's going to basically bring up your club and all of the right wingers that you got in your club. And then you could just press triangle or Y to get to the rest of the filters and switch it to a right mid if you didn't have the person in the correct position or whatever you want to do. So that's a new and interesting way to like mess with the club. I'm all for a change in the squad screen because it's been a little bit stale for a couple of years, so I definitely want a new way to look at things. The player actions menu has been completely redesigned as well. Now pressing square or X on a player brings up a radial menu with quick options to apply your consumables, jump to tactics, or to quick sell, or I guess to list on the market or send to the market or whatever. So you're going to get one of them scroll wheels which you need to hold in the correct position to do whatever. So rather than scrolling through menus, going through menus, it's just going to be at the mercy of a scroll wheel. I think that's probably going to save a fair bit of time, I would say. So that's actually pretty cool. Overall in FUT 20, the full squad screen experience is greatly improved, and we're excited for you guys to get your hands on it and try it out. Me too. I think that if they've implemented it correctly, there's going to be a lot less time wasted just sifting through menus and going through all of that stuff, and you'll be able to find stuff quicker. And I think that's a very wise move. The least amount of time spent there and more time spent in SBCs or doing your packs or whatever, or just being in game, the better. Squad Battles is getting a bit of a revamp as well, apparently. So it's known as one of the most popular game modes. I guess for those slightly more casual people, it's a way to earn rewards without having to go online. So there'll be a new interface with better emphasis on the details of the squad you're coming up against. That's good. You'll see the top 3 players. You'll see their current tactical setup, formation, kit, stadium. A little bit more information is sometimes useful. To start with, we've removed the timed refreshers in Squad Battles. You'll now be able to refresh 4 new squads whenever you want until you hit your maximum 10 refreshes for the weekly competition. So you can, on one day, just play 40 games of Squad Battles and get your entire week's worth of stuff done, and then that is your final weekly score alongside the the featured squad battle, of course, is there. And, of course, you can now face the team of the week. So 2 more opportunities to get extra points. But, yeah, so you can play all 40 games whenever you want. You can just keep refreshing it until you've done your 40 games, got your final score. And then you can actually refresh it again if you want. That won't go towards your final score. But you can continue to refresh and get new opponent squads to work on completing objectives. Let's say you've done all your matches, but actually a new set of weekly objectives comes out. So that's quite cool. Or just from fresh opponents to play. So those of you that really like squad battles and offline gameplay can just play that to your heart's content. That'll be your offline game mode then, won't it? So that's really quite cool. That the fact that you can do it all when you want, as opposed to waiting every single day and then playing your 4 games per day. I like that. It means that you can get through an entire week if you know you've got to go away, but you want your entire weekly rewards. I think that's a very positive sign. And the fact that you can play Team of the Week and the featured squad battle. Apparently the Team of the Week, you balance risk and reward if you rematch it. You can go up against it again and replace your previous score. But obviously, if you do worse, you're going to get a worse score to add on to your weekly bonus. So, yeah, you can either push yourself up higher or you can sort of mess it up and lose a couple of points there. So the pre-match setup and pre-match flow has been adjusted. You'll have the option of selecting playing against your opponent's kit or in your kit. So depending on, like, you know, colours and stuff and whatnot, that's quite cool. The kits your opponent is using will not be displayed before the match starts, but behind the scenes they'll use logic and to evaluate the colour of the kit. Okay, all right, that's pretty interesting. Bulk sale of consumables. We've added an option to the game to allow the bulk quick sell of consumables in your club. Brilliant. Something we've wanted for ages. So yeah, you can just quick sell through the menus and get your Okay, so you can just, yeah, like, let's say we've all got like 1,000 contracts or whatever. We don't have to go through and quick sell each one. We could select 1,000, discard, and we'll get all the coins for that. That's very good. I mean, that's just going to save a lot of time. Because, let's face it, we've all got unwanted consumables that we just want to get the coins for. So, keep the untradeable ones, and sell the tradable ones, and you'll be good all year long. That's going to give you a maximum amount of coins for the stuff that's in your club at a very quick way of doing it, rather than multiple hours of grinding through and discarding stuff. FUT Champions, here we go then, boys. From the start of FUT Champions and FIFA 20 throughout the year, we plan to have more to do with the FUT Champions red players earned as part of the weekly rewards. Okay, so to kick things off, in FUT 20, we'll ensure that the Champions SBCs are in the game from launch. Oh, that's brilliant. That's the SBCs where you submit red players for other red players, right? So, there will be an SBC to submit 5 Champions players for an 83 to 86 rated player, or we will have the SBC which requires an 81 rated red squad to receive an 86 plus red player back. So that's coming from the start of the game. So it's going to take a few weeks for people to be able to earn those items and then maybe upgrade them through the system. But that from the start of the game, that came out way too late this year, and the feedback was we want this early next year. So I'm glad they've listened to that and stuck it in the game from the very start. That's a positive move. Division rivals, a few tweaks that will work for FIFA 20. I think what they've done is just adjusted the skill requirements for whatever the divisions are. You can click the link below to the pitch notes if you want to see exactly what those are. But Division 1 was a 1900 skill rating, which I think it is right now, but it wasn't at the start of last year. So maybe that means that it's going to be easier for people in Div 1 to find games against each other at higher skill ranks and whatnot. So yeah, FUT Stadiums, in an effort to reduce the variance experienced with lighting and shadows, we've made a choice to lock in specific time of day settings for each of the stadiums in Ultimate Team. Okay, so maybe like San Siro will be a night match because otherwise it would have too many shadows or whatever. Like that's what I think I'm getting from that. So day and weather conditions will be locked in. That's depending on which stadium you're using. I think that's quite cool. It means that maybe stadium shadows are going to be a thing of the past, and one of those issues that we all hate. It could be like sorted now. Companion app. It's a popular place for fans to complete their squad management and stuff. Yes, so they're going to streamline it and bring some new features to that. They'll be adding the ability to create your custom tactics from your active FUT squad. That's good. What else have they got? You'll be able to add SBC protection onto players in your club from the companion app. So that'll be meaning that you can lock them in so that they don't get put into an SBC, or you can't complete an SBC when that's done. I think that's a smart move. I hope that would also be a thing on the console too. So it then just ends by saying we're excited for everything that FUT 20 has in store and looking forward to giving you the chance to try it out for yourselves. Thank you, Tyler Blair and the FUT Dev team. Tyler, thank you. I think that's quite a lot of really good stuff coming to Ultimate Team. Considering we're going to have new icons that keep getting announced all the time. We've got Zidane, my favourite player of all time. I cannot be more excited about that. I will get him on the road to glory next year. You mark my words. Drogba as well, mental. So we're going to get like updated card designs and stuff, right? The game's going to look fresh with new menus. We're going to have a new squad management screen. I hope that they've worked on the gameplay as well in the background. I have played some FIFA 20, but again, I don't really want to give too much of an opinion right now because I've played a very early build when I was at EA Play and stuff, and it wasn't FUT, so I don't want to really give that impression just yet. I want to wait more time and play it more before I would give an impression on gameplay. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of stuff coming into FUT, so I'm very excited about that. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section, guys. I think they've addressed quite a lot of the stuff that we've hoped for. I think the biggest thing that we hope for is that we get steady servers and better gameplay. I think that's obviously the key thing, but they can't just really write about that in the pitch notes. There's other pitch notes about servers and stuff as well, so they're an interesting read for those of you that haven't already. So yeah, that's the main features coming to FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. Very excited. I'm now in that period where FIFA 19 is just really dying off for me. I just want FIFA 20. I need a month and a half to go very, very quickly indeed. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. Have a lovely day. We'll continue this chat over on Twitter if you want. So you come follow me on Twitter, follow me on Insta. Those links are down below. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.